So really this guy, the number 2 guy, can really do two things. He can either go vertical or he doesn't go vertical. Now vertical, you kind of have to decide what is vertical for you and your staff. You know, what we've used is a speed zone through 5 yards. So once he goes vertical, he's going to wall this thing, and it ends up being till about 10 to 12, and then he's going to look up number 1 or number 3, depending on what shows. But if he goes in, if he sits down, or if he goes out, the whip is going to be underneath number 2. Let's go to the free safety and the field corner. Same thing in the boundary and the rover. So same idea. The number 2 can either go vertical or not. So the easy one, let's just say he goes vertical. The free safety is going to be over top of number 2. The field corner is going to be over top of number 1. The stress on this, and I have a drawing for where the weaknesses in this coverage are, but this is a tough one for the free safety. He's got to be able to get over top of number 1, but also be able to climb over top of a post of number 2. All right, so we've had free safeties in the past that are able to play this thing at about 8 yards. Also, sometimes people need to be back at about 15. I will say it's kind of a misconception where people say the further back, the better you are, or the further back you are, the safer you're going to be. Don't let yourself get beat deep. It's actually a false sense of security, because the deeper you are and the more cushion that you have, even if you are, let's say, a third player or something like that, you open up so much space for the offense to be able to make that decision for you. All right, so if number 2 does not go vertical, so let's say he sits down here. Now the field corner has the ability to be aggressive underneath number 1. So if he sees number 2 sit down or eliminate himself, he knows that even if this guy's going vertical, we should be able to play underneath. You're thinking comeback, you're thinking digs, things like that. From a force standpoint, when you look at this, depending on your players and the space of it, you can play as the free safety as force based on the hands of number 2, or you can have it, especially to the field, you can play it where the field corner has force based on what number 2 can do. It's tough to do into the boundary because of the leverage that you're going to ask the boundary corner to play.